Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today, I want to take you on a nice tour of music through my 905 song playlist. It is more embarrassing when I say it out loud. Look, here comes an explanation. So, basically, since I got Spotify in, this is not sponsored, again, I got Spotify in like 2017, like middle of 2017, and ever since then, I have been collecting like the best of the best songs I know, all on one playlist. It's called the Ultimate Playlist. I will have it linked below. It's a great playlist. It's just there are certain sections of it that are very interesting. There's a very unique sense of layers and phases within this, because my taste on June 24th of 2017 is very different than it is today, which is Wednesday, December 23rd, 2020. And by the way, my Spotify Wrapped is all music I used to fall asleep to, which is not even mildly disappointing. It's extremely disappointing. So, alright, so this is my playlist. Also, there are way worsely named playlists in my thing. None of them were inappropriate. That came off wrong. They're normal. They're just a little odd, because I believe that every playlist should have a really weird name. Because then you know what vibe you're getting into if it's very specifically named. Okay, so you'll notice at the very beginning of this playlist is all music from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 soundtrack, because I can thank those soundtracks for like my entire musical knowledge. Not entire, the entirety of like introducing me into musical things of that nature. And like, so by the way, the opener for this playlist is not good. Like, this song, Fox on the Run by Sweet, it's an okay song, but I listened to it so many times that it's like I hate it. Yeah, so basically this is the whole, not the whole soundtrack, but these like first 5 songs are all from that. And then I went on a weird spree of listening to Sweet, which is a band that I don't like. They're not necessarily that good. They're not bad. They're just not that good. I also weirdly remember that I was at the capital of Michigan when I started listening to Sweet, which I don't know why I remember that, but I remember I was in the car with my mother, and I, for some reason, had the need to say to her, if they swear in one of these songs, I have no control over it. I've never heard them before. Not that I really think my mom would care. Also, followed by December 1963, Oh What a Night, which I feel like the vibes of those two songs hit very different. Added on the same day, though. Also, Lovely Day, following December 1963, is interesting. As you can see, in this time, I kind of got more into, like, these Motown type things, which I think I then far differed from for, like, a year. So, this is, like, the extent of my knowledge of, like, Motown. Except Journey. This doesn't count. That's not. And then, I got into some Journey right here. 2 Journey songs. Here's the thing, is that I didn't really understand, like, albums. I didn't really understand albums, so I would like just listen to like these like essential whatever, like the artist or the band playlist, and like it didn't occur to me that you could just like listen to an album and maybe add like the ones that you like the songs that you like from there. I listened to The Doors. I did listen to part of Waiting for Sun, that album, but apparently it was 2 songs worth, so I don't think I was really that interested. I also don't think I understood what The Doors, like, was. Left Hand Free by Alt J is such a random song to have on this playlist. The whole beginning of this playlist is so odd. And, like, I remember adding it because it plays in Civil War the movie, so... And it's the scene where Spider-Man enters, I believe, like when they go to his house, and I don't know why I just really like the song. Perhaps it was the fact that I thought Spider-Man was very attractive and still do to this day, but you know, like music for whatever reason you want to. This song, The Power of Love by Huey Lewis and the News, is a bop. That song hits hard. I also, I watched Back to the Future so many times when I was younger. I still don't love that movie, but I don't watch it on a daily basis. I literally used to make my mom watch the third Back to the Future, arguably the worst one, like every day instead of taking a nap. Like, I would fall asleep during it, but I would be asleep for less time than I was watching the movie. I also got into Tom Jones for a little bit, which was confusing. I don't know why. As a 10-year-old, I said, yes, Tom Jones. So, also, In the Summer, oh, this song. Oh, hold on, I gotta play it. Oh, it's so weird. It's literally them singing about women in the summertime. Can we take a moment to think about the fact that I was listening to a bunch of men sing about women in the summertime at age 10? Also, Don't Stop Me Now by Queen. I really didn't know who Queen was for the longest time. Because apparently I was stupid or something, I don't know. Oh my god, Still the One by Orleans. This song is fire. Orleans is a great band, and I don't know why. They never really got, like, that much, I guess, publicity, but they are very good. This album cover is literally all of them naked, but, you know, I was 10. I didn't know. Oh, this is a great time. This is when I first heard Billy Joel. That was a good time in my life. The first song I did hear was We Didn't Start the Fire, which is unfortunate, but you know. Because that's not his greatest work, and it's not even really that Billy Joel-ish. Okay, controversial opinion. We Built This City by Starship. I like it. Okay. I know everyone who lived through the time when that song was popular will disagree with me because it's played so much, but honestly, it's not bad. It's not good, but it's not bad. This is the first two Elton John songs that I listened to ever, and also probably one of the last two for some reason for like the next 2 years, because apparently I didn't understand the concept of getting into artists. It was like 2 songs and that's it. Here's the Styx section of this playlist. So, basically, my first concert was a Tesla Joan Jett Styx concert, and I knew every single Styx like hit, so it was a fire concert because I like the whole time was just like I knew every single word to every single one of their songs. Also, Come Sail Away was the first like rock song I ever learned on the piano, and you know, to think what would have happened if that hadn't happened, you know, that would be very concerning. This would not be here, probably. That's weird to think about. Okay, woo. This is when I listened to the Rolling Stones for the first time. I heard Undercover of the Night on a Jimmy Fallon lip sync competition, and I'm not proud of that, but it was a good song and I recognized it, so let's move on. You know? This is when I listened to 52nd Street for the first time. 52nd Street was the first full album I think I probably listened to like ever, because I didn't understand the concept of albums, because now like in music, albums aren't really a thing. Like, people release albums, but they more of the time release EPs or singles, and even if they do release an album, it's like there's one song on that album that's actually like really good and people continuously listen to, but whatever. Anyway, 52nd Street, I wrote an article pretty cool, I know, on this song. I'll have it linked below. I'm actually kind of proud of it, but yeah, this is like my holy grail of albums that I know. Here, this right here. Okay, the transfer between Ain't a Mountain High, Ooh Child, No Rain. Why was I about to say Moonshine? Moving on. Back in Time, and then all of this Queen. I listened to all of those songs together on my bus ride to school for so long, and it bothers me that was in 2018 because that does not feel like that long ago. But yeah, this is when I had a very long Queen phase. I still love them, but less. Not like less, but it's less of an obsession than it was. Because this was around the time when Bohemian Rhapsody came out, and I had an awakening, so, you know.
There has been an awakening. Have you felt it?
Oh my god, this is the first time I listened to Guns N' Roses. Again, 2 songs from one album. Why did I always do that? I don't understand. Oh no, this is when I listened to Rush for the first time too. I listened to that because of the Goldbergs, which is a TV show, and one of the characters is like very obsessed with Rush, and that became me later on in the playlist. Oh, this is also a song from rock band Newman Rising, and honestly, it's a good song. Hold on, let me play the one part that I really enjoy, which is the best part that you can play on Rock Band. This part. New drumming on Rock Band is fire. This is when I listened to David Bowie, and I also had another awakening.
Have you felt it?
Because I used to not like David Bowie, because there's one, I think it's Moon Age Daydream, that's on the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 soundtrack. And I would never listen to that song because I didn't like it, but then I realized that's stupid, David Bowie is great, so then I listened. Rock and Roll Heaven by the Righteous Brothers is honestly... I feel like if I had to listen to this, no, that's too powerful of a statement that I was about to say. If I had to listen to one song for the rest of my life, it would be that one. But that's not true. So, but it is a very good song. Oh, this is when I really started getting into Rush, because I heard Working Man, and that song is so good. This area of this playlist, like, from, like, This Is Radio Clash all the way down to School's Out is so good, back to back. For some reason, it just flows really, really nicely. Like, there's certain sections of this playlist that just flow together really well that I really enjoy listening to. This is one of them, because it has a lot of feelings. A lot of feelings. This is when the Doors started entering the scene, and I realized if you're gonna be a rock piano player, listen to the Doors. Listen to the Doors. You don't. Oh, this is when I listened to Kiss for the first time. What a time of my life that was. This is also when the White Stripes really took over. This was around the time where I started to hit, like, beginning grunge phase. We're still in it, let's make that one very clear. But it was like the beginning. It was like the White Stripes and like Jack White stuff that really, I don't know what that was, but it really sent me into like Pearl Jam and Soundgarden and stuff like that. This is when I listened to Yes for the first time. Oh, I love Yes. Okay, here's where I started to listen to albums, and it's just like continuously like big chunks of albums. So more Rush. I feel like Rush just is in sections of this playlist where it was like I would always go back to it. Rush. This is when me and my dad watched oh my god, what the heck is the name of the show? Sonic Highways by the Foo Fighters. They made that, and this is a bunch of my favorites from that album. But this is also the beginning of the grunge time for me. But I still, to this day, I started listening to Foo Fighters when I was like 6 years old. But that was kind of because I really thought their name was the Foo Fighters. So that was the only reason I really enjoyed it. But I was okay with it because they were fire. They still are. They're still a great band. Here is Pearl Jam. More Pearl Jam. Can't Deny Me is so good. I loved that song. It's such like a powerful... It hits real hard. This is Foo Fighters all day. This is when January 3rd, this is really when I started getting into, like, all of the Foo Fighters stuff, because I knew their hits, but not, like, everything. Do the Evolution by Pearl Jam, also a very, very good song. Lightning Bolt, we all know that song. That's like, the best cover on my channel. Best cover, definitely. I still play it a lot. It's a very fun song to play, and it hypes you up. And it's not a very popular Pearl Jam song, which to me kind of blows my mind, because, like, it's a really good song. You see, here's a part of this playlist where we enter where I started, I had a friend who would give me albums, like, we'd switch albums back and forth, so a lot of this playlist turned into just, like, chunks of albums that he was having me listen to, like you can tell here, because this is all Coverdale Page, this is all Kiss. Oh, this is when I finally added this Permanent Waves album to this playlist. I don't know why I never did. When I'm Gone by Dirty Honey is a good song. Yeah, I really developed a weird Kiss obsession in this time. I don't really support it now, but it was fine then. It's just that now okay. Controversial opinion, but it's not even controversial. It's just, for me, I prefer songs that are a little more, I guess meaningful in a way. Like some of Kiss's songs are like good and meaningful, and they're very interesting, very intricate. But guess what? I don't want to hear about your experience with women 24/7. Guess what? I don't. I'm as a girl, especially. I'm good, you know. And like, there's so many better things to write about than like just things. Certain songs that are like a bit much. Here's the thing. What am I gonna gain from listening to you sing about women? And that's, I know, like, I listen to rock music, it's to be expected, but there's just a certain level of depth that comes from talking about bigger topics. Hence the Pink Floyd poster behind me. This is when I listened to Open Your Eyes by Yes. This is like a later one of their albums, but it's still really, really good. Although his voice, after like a couple of years, was not good. It was okay, but it was like he hit like reverse puberty and his voice got all like weird and scratchy. Also, I had a stroke. Do Your Close Your Eyes is a really good song, but it's a weird song to sing in the car in front of your parents when you're singing Do You Close Your Eyes while you're making love. So, just to warn any of you out there, and here is the true realizing of Pearl Jam, because I watched like this, it was like a disc that my dad had of like a bunch of clips from Pearl Jam concerts, and I like the set list was on the back, so I watched the whole thing, and then I picked out songs that I thought were good, and then I kept listening to them over and over again because I realized how good it was. This is really the time of the time, because I started listening to New Orleans stuff because, okay, New Orleans is my favorite place. Never been there, but it is. The music and like the energy of New Orleans is like so amazing to me, so I started listening to people from New Orleans and who had like that New Orleans vibe. Yeah. This is when I listened to Southern Nights by Alan Toussaint, and that's that whole album, like really made me realize, like, there's a whole other side of music I didn't know about.
There has been an awakening.
Like, it was, like, kind of mixed in with the rock stuff that I was listening to, but then I got, like, fully exposed to, like, rhythm and blues and jazz stuff that, like, it really made me realize that, like, rock isn't the only thing that I really enjoy, especially as a piano player, because listening to rock as a piano player is kind of difficult because you're not always really represented. I'm also a girl, so you're also not that represented. So in like this type stuff, there's one, a lot more women, and two, basically always piano. So it really taught me a lot more about that stuff. This is when I listened to Temple of the Dog for the first time. And my dad played it, because we play, like, song game, which is where you go back and forth playing songs. And we play it when I drive to band practice. So, he played Hunger Strike for me, and I cried. Not like bawling my eyes out, but it did make me tear up, like, a lot. Because it's so powerful. And their voices together just make me go insane. Oh, we're getting more into the recent things. This is when I started listening to Greta Van Fleet for the first time. Great decision. Because I watched one of their live shows while I was at school. Not at school, I do school from home, so. But I watched it and I was like, oh, yeah, we're on the same, I almost said level, we're not on the same level. We're on the same wave, I guess. Yeah, and then brings us up to today, which the most recent song I added 7 days ago is What a Fool Believes, the live from the Farewell Tour version. So, yeah, we've made it all the way through. But yeah, so this is 900 songs, 3 years worth of, like, listening to music at varying levels. You could say I've grown as a musician and a consumer of music, so it's like 2017 was like maybe like a little bit getting into it. 2018 was when I realized, oh, I might want to do this. And then 2019 was like, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to make it my mission to do this as a job. and so I need to educate myself as much as possible. And then 2020 was like, oh my god, the world's falling apart. All I can do is listen to music, you know? But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, because, I don't know, lately I'm trying to make some more, like, just sit down and record type of videos, just so I can get more content out, because although, you know, quality over quantity, I still think this is, like, quality content. It's just a different kind of quality. That didn't make sense. It's just a different kind of content for me to make as, like, I almost said an influencer. I don't think I'm an influencer. I think I just make these videos for, like, the 50 of you that decide to watch. You know, but that's okay, because it's fun for me. And, yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.